Joining us now live from Reagan National Airport, NBC News correspondent Aaron Gilchrist. Aaron, you've been on this story from the very earliest hours. What more do we know today about the investigation?
Well, the investigation continues, obviously, Willie. We know that the NTSB has taken control of the investigation part of this incident. We know that divers were in the water really from the first minutes after this crash happened up until late yesterday. They suspended the search and recovery operation last night. They will be back in the water today from the D.C. Fire Department and several other agencies that have been helping with the recovery effort here. We also know that the NTSB has about 50 people here in this region that are working on this incident, and they will be on the water with those divers today, again, trying to find pieces of what will really be information. They are on a fact-finding mission, the NTSB is, to figure out exactly the how and why of this incident, what caused this crash, and what they can do to prevent a similar incident from happening in the future. As you noted, we understand from our local station here in D.C. that about 40 of the victims have been recovered at this point from both the plane fuselage and the helicopter as well. The plane broke into at least 3 pieces when this crash happened the other night. And so investigators, divers were in the water searching for initially survivors and then, of course, trying to recover now the remains of all of those victims. An integral part of what the D.C. Fire Department has been trying to do. The medical examiner in the city is now tasked with identifying those remains and making sure they are ultimately returned to their families. When the divers go back into the water today, we understand they'll be looking for additional parts, anything that would be a part of the salvage operation. The NTSB will take control of those elements as they have with the black boxes that were in the airplane. They already have those, and they start to try to piece together a story to figure out what was going on the plane, in the cockpit, in the helicopter, in the moments before this crash happened, and that will inform all that they ultimately will determine. Ultimately, they try to determine what caused this crash to happen, and all that information, along with interviews they'll do with people who were in the tower here at Reagan National, all that information will come together. It'll be months before we have some real solid answers from the NTSB, Willie, but as you might imagine, the investigation is getting a lot of attention, and this is something that will be really a central focus of the NTSB as they go forward with the search recovery of pieces and trying to determine a cause here.
And as you say, just extraordinary work by those first responders. The fact that D.C. Fire and EMS has already searched all the river that it can access at this point is just extraordinary, and we hope that they find the remainder of those bodies today. NBC's Aaron Gilchrist at Reagan National Airport in Washington. Aaron, thanks so much.